once you've moved on from your experience, that is hardcore experience, the next step would be for you to really go out and enumerate your education. Until and unless you've done something stellar in your university or school as a topper, whether it's in your class, whether it's in your grade, whether you've got a gold medal, whether you're fantastic in sports, whether you are a proactive uh, individual who's been into singing, dance, performing arts, literary arts, this is all during your school and college, and specifically in your college, maybe for moot and otherwise, do not mention it in your CV. Most people want to know why you've written what you've written. If you write was a runner-up in XYZ moot court competition, I want you to tell me why do you think being a runner-up was good enough to be mentioned in that. Okay. It is okay that you write. I was a runner-up in one of the moot court competitions and I wrote for a while. But one of my employees asked me a straight question. Hey, you were a runner-up. What's so special about it? Why it's on your CV? And my answer was, I put a lot of effort. I was in my second year. Ideally, most students don't get to be speakers in second year. I went to a national level moot court competition. Out of 64 into direct quarters and then semis and finals, we made it through. Therefore, for me, it is important. And it also feels good to be mentioning this achievement because it gives me a sense of accomplishment. My interviewer was satisfied with that answer. If you're writing something in your resume, which may not be showing you as an outperforming individual or on the top, that is okay. You can write that you failed, but you need to have enough evidence and answer to back up what you're writing in your profile. If you're not able to back up, they're not looking to recruit, because to a recruiter, it means you've been lying about what's written on your profile. Now, whether you've lied about one small thing, if they catch you once, for them, you basically have lied on your whole profile. Okay. So in your education, you can mention something like semester 3, second year, BA, LLB, SRM, Chennai. Then you can very quickly, if you've scored some good marks on something or some areas of interest that you have as research, you can mention there. Under that, you can mention what school you are from, what score did you score, what kind of board did you study in. That makes a difference to an extent because it establishes how you are as an academic individual. I recently appeared for an interview for St. Stephen's College in Delhi for a program. Till my 12th grade, I had 88%. In law, I had about 51, 52. Right after law, I started doing postgraduate programs and executive programs, and my scores rocketed up to about 80 or 90. And imagine this, my interview is asking, oh, so you in some programs after your law school seem to have performed outstandingly well. Why did you not perform in law school? And can you validate that you got these scores in your postgraduate programs? And I was like, sure, sir. My answer to him was very straight. When I was in law school, I couldn't really get a lot of practical exposure. Whereas in postgraduate programs, while working, I could get a lot of practical exposure and I could learn by doing. That helped me become more efficient at reproducing the information that I had in my head on these examinations that, mark us or grade us. He was fairly satisfied with the answer. Now, despite having a 51% in law, but having about a 90% in a Cornell University program, you see the gap, you see the rigor that may have differed between a national government college versus an international top university. But I was able to justify it. So that is what I would say. Again, you should be able to do.